No look pan that. A true, my friend.
My name Gertrude. Them call me Hilda. And this a Mavis. A pure alms soul she keep up. Sure. Mavis, how you think about the Cinderella story?
Me no know who write the original Cinderella story. But me know one thing. If Cinderella did ever born in Jamaica, the story would have go different. Very different. Because tell me, how Jamaican girl them a go run up and down in a gravel, in a glass boot? That no make no sense. We no lose glass slippers, we lose wig. Expensive wig. Now listen to the Jamaican version. This are the story about Cindy from Spanish Town. One long time back, in a one boardhouse, little bit past St. Diego Heights in a Spanish town, live one girl when named Cindy. Cindy did sweet man. Cindy did humble. And Cindy did know how to make the food stretch. The girl could have grate a coconut, make rice and peas. She could have make drops. She could have make gizzarda. And when she done, she still have enough left over for tomorrow. But her step mama, Lord Jesus, Miss Gloria, was one wicked old fart. The woman wicked, she wicked. Every morning. Cindy, you clean the veranda yet? Cindy, you seal the foul them yet? Cindy. Poor Cindy. Cindy could have ever get not even 1 minute for rest. Meanwhile, our old stepsister them, two of them, Shanice and Tanis, spend the whole day pan TikTok a practice dance challenge. One day, what a go round in the community say, the son of one rich businessman from town in the name Prince Ricardo, him own 3 plaza, 2 gas station, and one Toyota Hilux. Everybody grudge him for the Hilux. Them say him a go have one big birthday bash in a town, and every single girl and them dolly friend them get invited, including the one Shanice and Tanis. But Cindy couldn't go. Miss Gloria kiss her teeth. Then she say, you stay here and season the chicken and watch the house. Nobody no invite no helper. And not think you make your friend them come in at me house. Then the old woman no do nothing more than pint up her bend up arthritis finger in her Cindy face and say, and if me come back and find even 1 grain of rice missing, I bust up your nastiness. A judgment in ya. You hear me? The night of the dance, Cindy sit down out her door under the clothesline. Underneath the clothesline, I look upon the moon. Boy, she feels so sad. Out of the blues, sudden, one old market woman appear. Nobody no know where she come from. She a push one hand cart full of pumpkin and dash in. The old lady tap and look pan Cindy. And she say, why you a cry, me pitney? Cindy tell her the whole story. The old lady just smile. Then she say, me has something for you. She take up one of the pumpkin and give it one ratty slap pie with her hand miggle. The pumpkin turn in a one white Toyota Pro box. Then she pint pan 2 goat. Poof! Them turn in a chauffeur. Then she walk up to Cindy and comp Cindy pan her forehead with her finger. Cindy make the girl up out of the yard said time. Cause I what kind of dopey woman this? But when she looked down upon herself, party rider, designer blouse, pretty nails, pretty makeup, everything pretty. Cindy mouth drop her ground wide open. Cindy hold on tight to an old broomstick. Cause any wrong move and she have a clot long this old woman here with it. Woman, what kind of hobby are this? The old lady kiss her teeth. Cho, galang in the car and go enjoy yourself. And remember, no make midnight catch you out there. Cindy still never moving cause she not sure. But she walk around the pro box. She touch the bonnet. She touch a mirror. And she looking at the window. It feel real. Then she open the door slow. She take her time and slide in at the seat. Cindy smile. Cause this is the first time in her life she ever feel special. Me say, when Cindy catch her at the dance, appear silence. The whole of Kingston freeze. The selector pull up the rhythm. All you hear is this is town love. This is town love. Echoing a man. One man a try lighting cigarette, the man burn off in bed. Can he them fix pan Cindy? Prince Ricardo nearly drop him magnum when him see Cindy. Hold on! Who that? Not a soul no. The music start play again and Cindy walk out in the video light with Ricardo. Me say, then dance, them dirty wine, them butterfly, then laugh, and then chat. Prince Ricardo like her off, man, like her off bad. The man realizes Cindy have sense and she pretty too. So the man nearly proposed to Cindy the said night. But little before 12 o'clock, Cindy remember the warning. Her eye them get big. She spin round and take off. Ricardo wonder wagwan. But before he could even reach her, Cindy gone, jump in at the pro box and speed off. But as she drop foot, breeze catch the wig glue, the lace front lift off her head like a bird. The girl drop her wig clean on the roadside. 128-inch bust down, pre-plucked, lace front, virgin human hair, premium quality now. Next morning, Ricardo called press conference and announced, me I go marry the owner of this wig. Every single girl start lose their mind. Absolute chaos, the place a mash up. Every girl from Morant beard to the grill start to force the wig pan their head. But it no fit none of them. Finally, Ricardo catch us in the yard. Shanice, she run go put it on first. The wig sit down pan her, the top her head like a one patty. The girl head too big. Then Tanis try it on next. She sweat till the wig start to slide off. Head too big said we. Miss Gloria nearly bust the lace clean off of the wig and it still never fit her. Then Cindy step forward. Quiet. She put on the wig and the lace just melt in her scalp. It just melt in her scalp. Like destiny. Like it grew there. Prince Ricardo smiled. Pine panar and say, ayo! Miss Gloria dropped down, she faint. Shani, she scream out. Tanis not do nothing more than uninstall TikTok. Hey! 6 months after that, the man married Cindy and carry her go live at one place where they call Cherry Gardens. Pure rich people live up there. Big gate, big wall, big dog. And from that day, Cindy never sees another chicken fi knock her soul again. The end.
That story they make sense, Mavis. Inna your head.
If you don't want to hear more river stories, subscribe to Island Prime Network. See you in the See you in the next week.